Hi everybody, it's Diane here. I'm doing a voiceover and I did this video so long ago, I don't really remember why. I think it was a combination of noise and this was going to take a while, so I wanted to speed it up. So as you can see, I'm painting. Those are cut up pieces of poster board, I think. And I had already glued on snippets of mostly magazine stuff, but there's a few scrapbook paper pieces on there too. So what I'm doing is making master boards, and then I cut them up for journal cards. So look at that one on the left there. I don't really like the purple and the yellow together. You see how that made kind of an icky yellowy brown color? So keep that in mind if you're doing this. However, I add so many layers to these boards, you don't end up seeing it in the end. So if you make a color you don't like, don't worry about it. And I will say, this process, I do come on at the end and wrap up for you guys, and I do mention it takes a long time, but it's fun, it's cool. I think I say that at the end too. I don't really have any rhyme or reason to what I'm doing with the paint at this point. I'm just getting it on there. I mean, literally, a 5-year-old child could do this. Any, person or animal that could hold a paintbrush could do this. I think I should have sped it up more. And actually, depending on what you want to do or whatever, you certainly do not have to do all the steps I do. Maybe you want it, bright like this and having all these different colors. That's cool too. And I was trying there to keep the counter clean so I wasn't getting paint on the back, because these are supposed to be journal cards. I mostly succeeded. There were a couple spots on one or two of them, but that's not too bad. So now I'm pretty much just filling in with what does not have a color. It's kind of neat too, that paper right there, you can see it's sort of like a zebra print. Once you put color over it, it's pretty cool. You might not think to use just a black and white paper, but it doesn't really end up being black and white. It ends up being black and colors. And I am using that brush I hate. I think I should get rid of it, but it's like brand new. I don't want to do that. And these boards are the sizes they are because they were just, cut-offs. There's no significance to that at all. Okay, I let that dry, and here we are. And now I think I gesso over pretty much everything. Yeah, I finally gave up my little gesso container on the counter there. It dried out quite a bit, but there was still a lot left in it. I just trashed it. So now when I want gesso, I have to go get that big quart thing. Okay, I don't cover the whole thing at this point. Maybe I should let you guys do a voiceover. You tell me what I'm doing. And really, what I'm doing now, I don't know that I had any big reason for where I was putting gesso. I did try to cover over that brownish color I mentioned in the beginning here. But otherwise, I think I was just sort of trying to space it somewhat out. This is a fun project too, if you just want to do something but you don't know what, or you, for whatever reason, just don't feel real focused to do a big art thing. Something like this is pretty fun. It doesn't take a whole lot of thought. Okay, here I'm doing a little more smutsy type paint, not blending it in so much. Okay, I let that dry. Now I don't remember what I'm doing. Oh, I go back in and do just very basic little doodle things that, once again, a 5-year-old child could do. Just lines, dots, little dash things. Yeah, don't get too hung up on making some great pattern because I cover this all up too, for the most part. And this step, you can go as crazy as you want. You could pattern the whole thing, really. You could do nothing. I do several colors here, as you can see all that paint there. It's all craft paint, not expensive. I have a smaller brush there. In case you don't know, if you're trying to do detail work like that, try to keep your paint a little loose, a little watery. It'll just flow better. I will say when I was doing this, I was kind of going, circles, lines. I was sort of running out of ideas. Triangles. I didn't want to do anything too intricate. Oh, here comes the dog. Hello. Hi, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm sitting with an Afghan in my lap. This is the middle of October. It's about 40-something degrees out and very windy. It's really pretty nasty. It was like that yesterday. It's supposed to be like that tomorrow, which tomorrow's a Wednesday. And then by Friday, it's supposed to be 70 degrees again. Okay, whatever. Anyway, back to the art there. So as you can see, I went ahead off camera and did a lot more painty stuff, the writing you can't read kind of stuff. And now I'm going back with a little bit of black just to sort of add more interest. I don't know if you can see in the upper right there, the water can. To keep this paint a little more flowing, I had, I would kind of dab off on the side there and then kind of go back to that occasionally. That's pretty good. You just have to watch that it doesn't get too watery and then it looks more, like a wash, like a gray and not black. But I'm pretty much doing the same type of thing. I do out like that. I'm outlining. But it's just very random, basic doodle stuff. My dog was distracting me, sorry. Anyway, so now I'm gluing back on some text stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of layer stuff on here. And once again, if you want something bright and chaotic, you can just leave it alone. That would make a cool cover for a notebook or a journal or something. But that's not what I'm doing. That's part of a security envelope. This in my hand now is scrapbook paper. I mostly end up using magazine. I think the words and the whitish background on most of it I liked. Okay, so there they are. Now I go over with gesso again. I think that's my last step. So some of you might be saying, well, you do all that work and you just cover it up. Yeah, pretty much. But if you can compare this one I'm working on now to the ones that aren't done, there you go. That's what they are. All right, here I had cut them into squares and rectangles and had some scrapbook paper images, so I'm just matching them up. And I think after this segment, I come back on in person. But anyway, to kind of get back to what I was saying there, so you can see for what I'm doing with them, if I hadn't gessoed them down again, there's just no way you could put an image on that, or that type of image. You could do something pretty solid, but, a silhouette type thing, or big letters or something like that, but not like this, so. That little car image with the people, that was a Tim Holtz image. All the rest are scrapbook paper. One of his ephemera things, I mean. Okay, almost. All right, I'll see you guys in person in just a couple seconds here. Okay, here I am for real. Hello. They're done. I think they're pretty cool. They're a little simpler than I normally make. I don't know if I commented on it already because I didn't do the voiceover yet. I can't see into the future. But I think they're cool. To me, the star is more the background. So I didn't want to cover it up too much. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So as you can see, they all have a border that was done with either a marker or a pen. This one, I did go around the plant with the pen, and then because of that, I went around the flowers a little bit. Generally, I don't like that look too much, but this one really kind of didn't stand out, so it does look better with it. So yeah, as you maybe could guess, this process takes a while with all that kind of layering on the background, but it's fun and the results are pretty cool, and you can do as many or few, layers as you really want, so it's kind of up to you how long it takes. Oh, most of the corners were rounded, a few I did not, but most of them are. Okay, well, thanks for watching this process. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day out there.